So is Florida's real estate market crashing in 2025? And more importantly, why aren't homes selling? So if you're considering a second home, investment property, or just a sunny escape from those cold winters up north, stick around till the end of this video. So if you're considering a home purchase in Southwest Florida, you've probably seen some pretty alarming headlines lately about a Florida real estate crash in 2025. Here we go. Hi there, I'm Diane Harris, your local lifestyle and luxury property specialist right here in Naples, Florida. And on this channel, I cover everything you need to know about living in Naples and Southwest Florida. So today, I'm breaking down what's really happening and why homes aren't selling in Florida in 2025, and what it really means for buyers like yourself who are looking for that perfect slice of paradise. So starting with the headlines versus reality, the Florida real estate crash in 2025. So let's start with the big question. Is Florida's real estate market collapsing? Well, the short answer is no. But there's a big shift happening. So as of February 2025, Florida's housing inventory has surged by 47% compared to last year, with about 6.2 months of supply statewide, which is the highest since 2019. Now in Naples, active listings jumped from 5,293 to 6,500 homes in just 12 months. So why? Well, sellers who bought during the 2021-2022 frenzy are finally listing, and some are struggling to adjust to today's prices. For example, a 3-bedroom condo in Pelican Bay that may have sold for $1 million in 2022 is now listed probably at $900,000 with minimal interest. But that isn't a crash, it's a correction. Buyers now have leverage and savvy investors are starting to swoop in. So are Florida home prices really dropping in 2025? Well, yes, but very selectively. So waterfront estates, they're still holding strong. Overpriced condos, they're getting some reality checks. For luxury buyers, and really any and all buyers, this is a golden window to negotiate your way into paradise. The Florida property insurance crisis in 2025, how is that really shaking the market? It's the elephant in the room, insurance costs. Florida's average annual premium hit $6,000 in 2025 so far. That's double the national average. So let's say for a $1.5 million Naples home, potentially that's $12,000 plus a year. So many snowbirds are shocked when their Allstate policy gets canceled, forcing them into pricier policies. But this crisis is cooling demand to a certain extent. Buyers from New York or Chicago used to $2,000 a year premiums are hesitating. But there's good news. New state laws like SB 76 are luring insurers back to the state. And hardened homes who have impact windows, updated roofs, they can slash those premiums by 35% or more. So my advice, factor insurance into your budget and shop before closing, more specifically during your due diligence period, so you can feel comfortable with your premium and not be blindsided. And always have your agent ask for a copy of the current homeowner's policy, as oftentimes they have a better rate than what you can get for a new policy, and you may be able to have it rewritten. So a buyer's market? Well, the Florida housing market buyer's market in 2025 is just about to be explained. So with rising inventory, Florida is now kind of a buyer's playground. And in Naples, 32% of listings have had price cuts by some hundreds of thousands of dollars in some cases. Sellers are offering concessions such as closing cost credits or one-year warranty coverages. But not all areas are equal. Some gated communities with popular golf courses or fabulous amenities are still very competitive. Golden Gate Estates, you'll have lots of negotiating power. So for investors, this is a prime time to snag deals. One customer of mine just purchased a fully renovated $2.2 million golf course home with a new roof in beautiful Shadowwood for $1.9 million because the seller wasn't really using the property enough to justify keeping it. So should you buy a home in Florida in 2025? If you're patient and strategic, yes. Work with an agent who understands the intricacies of the shifting market and knows how to navigate and negotiate this new normal. So what about the Florida housing inventory surge in 2025? And why is now the time to act? So more inventory means more choices, but also more confusion. So in Naples, homes under $2 million are typically on the market right now about 85 days on average, while properties between $2 million and $5 million sell in about 97 or so days. Properties over the $5 million mark can be on the market an average of 187 days. So it's important to keep in mind that those $5 million and plus properties in 2019, which was our last balanced normal market, could sit on the market as long as 330 days, and that was pretty normal. So here's the kicker. 60 to 75% of today's buyers in Naples and Southwest Florida are cash buyers. They're not necessarily waiting for rates to drop. And if you're relocating from high tax states, looking at you, New York, Connecticut, etc., Florida's no income tax and lower property taxes compared to the Northeast still make buying paradise a good deal. So here's a pro tip for you. Target homes that are listed 90 plus days. Sellers are often ready to deal and they may be due for a price drop. Interest rates and buyer psychology, well, that's all a waiting game. So mortgage rates dipped to 6.2% in early 2025, and many buyers are holding out for 5%. Here's the problem. If rates really do drop to that, competition may ultimately spike, and that could potentially push prices higher. So for cash buyers, this is your moment. I recently helped customers from the Northeast purchase a great condo for well below 2022's peak prices. They're renting it until they retire in a few years when they can't wait to use it, or they'll take advantage of the appreciation and sell it and trade up to their dream home here in paradise. So has the Florida real estate bubble burst in 2025? Well, not in Naples. Our limited coastline and high demand from affluent buyers kind of buffers us from the drastic dips, along with our great weather and all of our other amenities. So what about Naples versus the rest of the market, and why our market is so strong? So let's not forget the unique appeal of Naples and why it stands out from other Florida markets. Unlike Orlando and Tampa, which have seen pronounced slowdowns, Naples still remains resilient thanks to a luxury buyer base, seasonal demand, and the scarcity of beachfront property. So nearly half of all the sales in Naples are cash transactions, and many buyers are not as sensitive to interest rates. So the city's world-class golf courses, boating, pickleball, beach lifestyle, they continue to attract educated, active, and decisive buyers from across the country. So if you're moving from a high-tax, cold-weather state, the combination of no state income tax and lower property taxes compared to the Northeast is a major draw. So what's really next for the Florida real estate market predictions in 2025? So looking ahead for predicting Florida real estate in 2025, I suggest we're going to see prices stabilize by fourth quarter as sellers adjust to this new reality, more buyers come to the market as they look to colder weather in their home states. Recent legislative changes aimed at reforming the insurance market are expected to attract more insurers and continue to bring down the premium costs by 2026. Luxury properties, especially those on the water or in gated golf communities or highly rich resort-style amenities, are expected to remain in high demand. For those considering a second home or investment property, the message is clear. Don't wait for the perfect bottom. Naples' unique blend of lifestyle, tax advantages, and long-term market appreciation make it a smart choice for those who are ready to make a move. And something to keep in mind is that while you're waiting for the real estate market to crash to prices that you would like to see again, it may actually leave you on the sidelines watching home prices as they continue to slowly appreciate until they move completely out of your price range. So if you're wondering, should I buy a home in Florida in 2025? My answer is yes, if you're informed, prepared, and working with a local expert like myself who understands the nuances of the shifting market. The days of bidding wars and instant sales are long over, but that's a good thing for buyers who want to take their time and make a thoughtful investment. Reviewing properties that have been on the market for a while, looking for motivated sellers, and exploring seller concessions may allow you to negotiate your way into paradise at a very reasonable price. So with the right strategy, you can find your dream home here in paradise, Naples, Southwest Florida, and begin enjoying everything that Southwest Florida has to offer. So to sum it up, the so-called Florida real estate market crash in 2025 is really a market correction. It's bringing balance and opportunity back to buyers. Inventory's up, prices are adjusting, and insurance costs are finally being addressed at a state level. So for those purchasing a primary, a second, or a vacation property, or even an investment property in Naples and in Southwest Florida, this is a window of opportunity to secure a beautiful home in a world-renowned destination. Remember, the best deals often go to those who are ready to act when the property comes along. If you're ready to explore the Naples luxury market, want more insider tips, or just want to talk about lifestyle here in Southwest Florida, reach out, connect with me anytime. I love helping people go from the life they live to the life they dream about here in paradise. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful in learning all about real estate and the real estate market here in Florida in 2025. If you like this video, want to know more about the real estate market in Southwest Florida, I have a bunch of videos and a playlist about all of that. Just click on the box on the screen to watch them. In addition, I have an ultimate guide that's moving to and living in Naples in Southwest Florida. Just scan the QR code or click the below for access to that video. And for similar videos, check out the description below when they're listed. And to connect with me directly, my contact info is in the description box. Remember, subscribe, on my channel, those socials, click that, hit the bell icon, all that crazy stuff. And I really hope this video helps you love the way you live here in Naples in Southwest Florida. And please comment below if you have any questions or ideas for future videos. Thanks again for watching. I'm Diane Harris, and I'll see you in the next video.